Hi there, I'm Susan Campbell, the artist behind the exhibition Palimpsests of Place, Echoes of the Blank Slate in the Urban Landscape. Quite a mouthful, I know that. I'm back in Ontario. I just enjoyed a fantastic trip to Newfoundland, in particular St. John's. It's my third visit to Newfoundland. I will be back again, no doubt. So, I'm making this video from Ontario just to tell you a little bit about the philosophical undertone behind the work, the questions that the work asks, the process of making the work, and so on. Yeah, the overarching theme of the exhibition Palimpsests of Place considers how urban environments are manipulated and shaped. And I'm considering, what are the elements that manipulate and shape our environments. Um, my process of apprehending inscriptions and boundary marks found on site, whether it's development sites or parking lots or fertile land, that explores patterns of impermanence perpetuated by technological developments in the production of space. The exhibition explores how urban frameworks engender a provisional landscape, one which, according to the contemporary philosopher Bernard Stiegler, is relentlessly manipulated by technological beings, that's us, whose settlement and migration patterns are programmed to deplete the Earth's resources, including the availability of fertile land. So, absence of place is a common narrative within my work, conveying notions of rationality in the market and how urban frameworks born of capitalism seek to make space a blank slate upon which the agents of capital, such as financiers, industrialists, real estate agents, corporate executives, can inscribe their plans and desires. The uniformity and the homogeneity of the gypsum reliefs that you see in the exhibition. Again, this has been in the works for about 2 years. This is new work. And that homogeneity that you see within that work, it's molded from granite, it's molded from asphalt, it's molded from concrete surfaces found in various topographic features. That represents the erasure of vacant land for me. The process of fabricating such reliefs allows me to envision a series of synthetic topographies, where parametric architectures collide and overwhelm the surface. The gypsum reliefs are cast over and over again and arranged into a mass assembly that conveys the relentless suburban cycle, colonizing every last square mile of available land and emulating the forces of late capitalism. The Counting Cars series, that is made up of 2 images right now. That is a much bigger series. That is something that I've been working on for quite some time. It is an homage to the fast disappearing surface parking lot. Not the box mall type surface lot. It's the last of the industrial type surface lots, where previously in a growing city such as Toronto, there was an industrial site, and the best thing the investor could do was just erase what was there and get a return on the parking. Okay, that has been replaced in favor of a higher return condo building. Now again, whether those condos are occupied, that's a question that remains. It's still being researched. We're not sure whether the condos are acting as deposit boxes for investors, but the surface parking lot is something that I was really interested in analysing. It's very much like you're looking at how humans act. You're looking at this petri dish of activity. You're looking at these patterns of the vehicles, how they move, and how they're manipulated by the parking attendants. So the parking attendants will very often shepherd the cars and order the cars into where to go. And you'll hear them whistling at them and pointing where to park. So it's a really interesting experience for me to just draw layer upon layer of all the cars and how they're moved about the parking lot. So for example, one tactic that they'll use is they'll leave one section of the parking lot completely empty, and they'll compress all of the cars that are there for at least 8 hours of the day. They'll compress them shoulder to shoulder. There'll be no space left. There'll be no driving in, driving out. It'll be there. You're locked in for the day. So they get maximum return that way. And then they use the blank space for people who want to come in and out for an hour, and they charge them bigger money. So you're seeing all of the movements in every half hour of the cars that came in, reversed, forwarded, all of those vehicular movements, okay? And you're seeing about 2.5 hours in the counting cars images there. The open house interventions, they come from another interest of mine. Open house is one of those things that you see when you try to sell the house, and you'll often see the furniture turfed out on the sidewalk just before the open house is going to happen. So my kind of ironic way of playing around with that was to create this open house around this disused, forgotten furniture. This furniture is never going to have a lifespan again. So I'm kind of giving life to this pretend open house. It's kind of an ironic statement on the whole array of tactics that are used in the marketplace around finance and real estate. So that's it in a nutshell. I do hope you enjoy the exhibition and the questions that it asks, and the motifs and the tropes that it uses to get that information across. I'm interested in your response to the exhibition and questions that come up for you as a result of your experience of the issue at hand. I also want to thank the Craft Council of Newfoundland and Labrador, particularly Bruno and Amanda, for their curatorial expertise and their input in the installation of the exhibition. It was a terrific delight to work with you guys. Lastly, I want to thank the Ontario Arts Council for their grant assistance for the exhibition. Enjoy. Thank you.